Hey, what's going on, everyone? Appreciate y'all coming here and checking out this Fallout 76 video. In this one, I'm going to be pinpointing you to some of the best quests to do in Fallout 76. This will be covering quests that you should do coming straight out of Vault 76 when you first begin your adventure, and it'll also include quests that you should do Endgame as well. It's going to be covering all kinds of different quests that I think are worth it to do in this video. So yeah, let's get into this, guys. Hopefully this helps you out in some kind of way. And as always, if you could, consider leaving a like on the video. It'd be awesome if we could get this video to surpass 500 likes. I know that's a lot to ask for, but it would genuinely help boost this content out more so more people get to learn about this information so they'll know what to do coming out of Vault 76. As always, that's totally up to you if you want to take the time to do so, though. Also, comments help out as well, and watch time. But yeah, so the first few will be over how to get inside Vault 79. Once you get inside here, you'll learn about gold bullion, and gold bullion is like one of the most important currencies in the game because this is how you can purchase extremely valuable stuff. Yeah, inside of Vault 79, you can find the vendor that you could trade with over here. As you can see, his name's Regs, and this guy has loads of things available for gold bullion. As you can see, I mean, look at all of this available. It's insane. Plenty of great stuff you can purchase from this guy. However, keep in mind, you can only access this place after you complete the Wastelanders questline. And in case you don't know what the Wastelanders story questline is and where it starts at, you get the first quest at the very beginning of your adventure as soon as you exit out of Vault 76. The Wayward Souls quest is at the beginning of the Wastelanders storyline. Eventually, further on in the questline, once you get done completing the quest The Elusive Crane, the next part will require you to be at level 20 at least. If not, the Overseer will see you unfit and you won't be able to progress yet. But yeah, once you do reach that level, the next part will begin over here inside the Overseer's home at Sutton. Tuning in to the Overseer's broadcast in the radio tab of your Pip-Boy will give you coordinates to her home. She'll want to meet face to face to talk. This will be the beginning of the New Arrivals questline, which is still a part of the Wastelanders storyline. This was all added within the Wastelanders update, the update that added human NPCs in the game. Yeah, that's how you gain access to this place. And it's also good to know if you already are level 20 or higher, you could just start this part of the Wastelanders storyline if you want. You can skip past the Wayward part. And in case you're wondering, whichever side you do choose, the same things will still be available to purchase with gold bullion. You don't miss out on like any special gold bullion items. Oh yeah, and one more thing I feel like is important to note in this video, because I was genuinely confused at this part, so hopefully this helps someone else out. When you start doing the quest Strange Bedfellows, which this quest intertwines with New Arrivals, it's an important quest to do as well. This one helps introduce you to the Raiders. You're going to have to go to the top of the world and talk with Rose, but you won't be able to talk with Rose until you do Signal Strength, which you unlock this quest just by going over to top of the world. This helps introduce you to Rose. Literally, your first time discovering this place, you will unlock this quest. So you should already have it unlocked if you've been here before. But yeah, doing this quest will grant you access to the observation level of top of the world, which that's where Rose is at. You won't be able to get up to this level if you haven't done Signal Strength, which you will need to go up to this level when you're doing Strange Bedfellows. So that's the reason why it's important to do Signal Strength first. Make sure you do that quest first, because then you'll be able to get up to where Rose is at and talk to her. I was confused at this part because I was trying to do Strange Bedfellows first at one point on one of my accounts. I was like, what the heck? Why can't I get up to Rose? Well, it turns out I had to do Signal Strength first to be able to do that quest. So yeah, keep that in mind, guys. It's going to be some important information further to resolve some confusion. Another reason why it's worth it to get through the Wastelanders questline is because of the NPC that shows up in the second story of the Wayward. This NPC named Smiley up here will sell you gold bullion for caps. As you can see, here's what he looks like. Very patriotic looking. And yeah, if you go and talk to him, he can actually sell you gold bullion. You just tell him you're interested in gold bullion, and here are the options that'll come up. You can pay 1,000 caps to get 50 gold bullion, 2,000 to get 100, 3,000 for 150, 4,000 for 200, 5,000 for 250, and 6,000 caps for 300 gold bullion. You're able to purchase 300 gold bullion from this guy per week. So it can help you get your hands on more gold bullion faster if you got the caps. This is just another reason why getting through the Wastelanders questline is worth it. So it can help you get your hands on more gold bullion faster if you got the caps. This is just another reason why getting through the Wastelanders questline is worth it. Anyways, this next tip is over the personal terminal that we can get. This is available for free in the Atomic Shop in the utility category. As you can see, you can get it for free if you haven't got it yet. Speaking of that, I had to sign into a whole nother account just to show you that it is available for free, because I already got it on the account that I usually play on and it just said owned. But yeah, this personal terminal is actually pretty useful, especially if you're just starting out. And to top it off, it doesn't even require power to run, so you don't have to have all the materials to craft a generator to run this thing. It's pretty easy to craft, especially if you're just starting. As you can see, it's just going to require 4 aluminum, 2 circuitry, 2 copper, and 2 rubber. But yeah, once you got it at your camp, just go up and use it, and go down and check out automated alerts. And as you can see, these options can be available: anomalous seismic activity, unknown machinery at train stations, and suspicious person. Each of these will trigger a specific mini miscellaneous quest for you. These quests actually are great at introducing you to some important things in the game, such as, for one, the anomalous seismic activity option will give you coordinates to where the purveyor is located at the Rusty Pick, which the purveyor sells things for special currency called script. As you can see, you can purchase legendary modules for 50 script each. You can purchase vault steel scrap for 10 script each, and you can also buy random legendary weapons and armor too, such as a random 3-star legendary armor will cost you 60 script, a random 3-star legendary melee weapon will cost you 100 script, a random 3-star legendary power armor will cost you 120 script, and a random legendary 3-star ranged weapon will cost you 100 script. It's all a gamble with the legendary weapons and armor, but you never know what you're going to get. You could get something really good eventually. I know I have in the past. So yeah, there's quite a bit of nice things you can purchase from the purveyor for script. Which, speaking of script, the unknown machinery at train stations option on the personal terminal will let you know about how these strange machines are around train stations. And these strange machines are legendary exchange machines. So yeah, these coordinates will lead you straight to a legendary exchange machine at the nearest train station, which we turn in our unwanted legendary items to these legendary exchange machines for script to buy things from the purveyor. They go hand in hand. Actually, you can find a legendary exchange machine too at the Rusty Pick where the purveyor is located at. But yeah, these are definitely convenient to know about. Anyways, the suspicious person option will give you coordinates to a tourist that has some items on them that you loot. Those items will be a holotape, a bucket list, and a broken camera. And once you do loot these items, you'll trigger a quest called Bucket List. This quest is an introduction to the camera. It shows you how to repair a broken one and use it. You'll have to use it during this quest too. You have to take pictures over the locations the tourist had on their bucket list. So yeah, at the beginning of this quest, you'll have to go to a tinker's workbench to repair the broken camera that you got. And once you're on a tinker's workbench, you'll just have to choose the camera option. This is where you can repair the broken camera. As you can see, it's going to require 3 adhesive, 5 aluminum, 1 broken camera, 2 glass, 5 silver, and 3 springs. So yeah, that's how you're able to use a camera, in case you didn't know. I will also mention, once you do repair the camera, you'll also get some film with it too, which is beneficial because it does require it to use it. Whenever you run out, you can just craft more at the same place where you're able to repair the broken camera on the Tinker's Workbench. I will also mention, completing the bucket list rewards you with some caps, some photo frames for photo mode. It'll also reward you with a camera lens modification to make it so you can zoom in with your camera, and you'll get a postcard collage poster that you can place at your camp, and of course some experience too. So yeah, you get some unique things for completing this. Anyways, this next tip is one of the benefits over getting the camera. Once you complete the New Arrivals quest line and trigger the Overseer Overseen main quest, which is the next part of the Wastelanders story quest line, you'll also unlock the ability to do a very useful daily quest with Davenport that requires a camera to complete. As you can see, as soon as I completed the New Arrivals, a miscellaneous quest popped up to go talk to Davenport. This is a useful daily quest you can do with the robot that's inside the basement of the Overseer's home, which is located right here from Vault 76. Davenport will want us to go take pictures of either the crater or foundation for intel. The convenient thing about doing this is that you can gain faction reputation with either the raiders or settlers, depending on which place you decide to get pictures of. For example, I just took pictures around the crater, and now I have a choice to return these to Davenport or show these to Ward to get faction reputation experience. I gotta say, it's definitely worth it to show the faction because, as some of you may know, it takes a very long time to get max reputation with the settlers and raiders. So doing this for some extra faction reputation each day will definitely help the process of getting to max. This is a great benefit to know about that you can do if you take the time to get the camera. Anyways, afterwards, once you do get the faction reputation experience, be sure to return to Davenport to fully complete this daily quest so you can repeat it the next day for more faction reputation. I will mention another tip: if you have 8 and higher charisma, when you do return to the robot, you don't have to technically tell them that you sold the photos to someone else. As you can see, this option will become available if you have 8 and higher charisma. And choosing this one will make it so Davenport won't be as upset with you and will give you some caps still for completing this. Anyway, something else to know is if you do complete the bucket list quest and get the camera lens modification, a new modification will become available as a reward from completing the photo opportunity daily quest with Davenport. All you'll have to do is, after you take the pictures, just head back and give them to Davenport instead of turning them into a faction to get faction reputation. I will mention too, when you do go back to Davenport to give the photos, these special dialogue options will be available to help better the rewards you get from completing this daily quest. You'll have to have at least 8 and higher charisma or 8 and higher intelligence. So yeah, keep that in mind. I do recommend, if you are wanting the camera lens, once you do get it, to just go back to getting faction reputation from this daily, because it does help with the progress of getting better faction reputation. It's just another thing you can do to get more reputation experience. And you'll also get script and treasury notes too. So yeah, doing this daily is worth it. Anyway, speaking of reputation, that's what I'm going to be getting into lastly here, just in case you don't know much about it. First off, in case you don't know how to check your reputation status with the settlers and raiders, all you got to do is pull up the social menu and then go above the public teams and where your friends list is located at and whatnot. As you can see, it states what your reputation status is at. On this profile, I'm currently neighborly with the raiders and neighborly with the settlers, which is right before maxing the reputation status. After neighborly is max reputation, and it takes a while to officially max, I will say. Which, speaking of getting your reputation status better, I guess I should show you a few more daily quests that you could do each day you sign in. Over at Foundation, where the settlers are located at, you could talk to Ward over here. Ward's located in this little trailer here. And when you go to talk to him, he'll want some help retrieving some stolen goods. And if you choose to help him, this will be the beginning of the daily quest called Vital Equipment. Doing this will help increase your settler reputation. It's really easy. All you have to do is just go where it says to on the map and retrieve the stolen goods. And when you do go search for the goods, you can activate a tracking device to locate them easier. It'll be located in the radio category of the Pip-Boy. This is very convenient to use. I do also recommend, when you do go return these stolen goods, to just donate them back to Ward instead of wanting something in return for doing it, because it'll give you an extra little boost with your settler reputation. Anyways, yeah, also keep in mind, the higher reputation status you have, the more things become available to purchase with gold bullion from Samuel over here. As you can see, this is the Settlers Gold Bullion vendor. So yeah, this is one of the major benefits over increasing your reputation status. More unique things become available for you. Anyways, as for the raiders, you can find some daily quests over here at the crater from speaking with Roxy. She's located over here against the bus. The quest she gives you isn't difficult. You'll just have to deal with the former raider and then return and talk to her. Anyways, another daily over here that you can do will be provided from Rin, which she's located over here inside this place. Each of these NPCs will provide a daily quest for you to do to increase your raider rep. So yeah, definitely recommend completing these each day. I will say, if the raiders dailies aren't available, it's probably because you haven't got through the New Arrivals questline and did the strange Bedfellows part, where you have to convince the raiders to get inoculated. But yeah, just like the settlers, the higher reputation you have, the more things will become available. The vendor that sells things over here for gold bullion will be located inside the crater core near Meg. As you can see, it's this robot named Mortimer. So yeah, that's good to know. And keep in mind, not only do allies get sold from the settlers and raiders gold bullion vendor, but you can also find like some of the good stuff that was also part of the season, like a collectron or a specific weapon like the Dom Pedro. Over time, the more sought after valuable items that were in the season, Bethesda makes it so players can still get a hold of these from those specific gold bullion vendors, once again at the raiders and settlers. So that's the reason why also working on your reputation with both settlers and raiders is important, because some things may be sold at the settlers and other valuable things that you might have missed will be sold at the raiders. I know I wanted Maul the super mutant as an ally in my camp and missed out on getting him because I wasn't playing as much then. But as you can see, I can purchase Maul for 4,000 gold bullion. Sure, yeah, it definitely takes a lot of gold bullion to get, but at least we don't completely miss out on these special allies Bethesda designed for our enjoyment. It's awesome to think about how players who weren't around are still able to get these things that they missed from previous seasons. I think that's awesome that Bethesda added something like this for players that did miss out. Like the Tesla cannon is another great example. That is an amazing weapon to get your hands on, and it was from a previous season, but players are still able to get it now from getting their raider reputation maxed out and then purchasing it from Mortimer. So yeah, it's beneficial to get your raiders and settlers reputation maxed, because that's how you can get the valuable things that you might have missed from the seasons. Bethesda's just going to continue adding stuff to their loot pools over time. Oh yeah, and you'll also get achievements too for maxing settlers and the raiders' reputation. Okay, so this next ones are going to be over the ghoul and how to transform into it, and also what all happens when you do. Now, keep in mind, you can turn back into a human after you turn into a ghoul once for free, but if you wish to turn back into a ghoul after you turned back into a human, it is going to cost you atoms on that same account. Keep in mind, you can make another character though and turn into a ghoul on that other new character that you've made. You can create multiple characters. I'll be explaining how to do that exactly a little later. First though, I just want to show you how to turn into the ghoul, and then we'll get into how to turn back into a human if you want to. But yeah, first things first, to become a ghoul, you're going to have to be at least level 50. And once you become level 50, you're going to unlock a quest line called Leap of Faith. As you can see at the top right there, it states to listen to the distress signal. Once you turn level 50, once again, you will unlock this quest. It'll be in the main quest. So yeah, let's go ahead and listen to this distress signal on the radio tab. Alright, so now once we listen to the distress signal, it's going to state, look for the wounded scavenger. So pretty self-explanatory here. So first off, I'm going to stop playing the distress signal by going back to the radio tab, just clicking the distress signal so that's not playing on repeat. Now I'm going to go over to data, go down to Leap of Faith, and I'm going to press the button that is required to show on map. On Xbox, it is RB. So yeah, it's telling me to come over here at the White Spring Resort. So let's do that. Now to skip a little forward past all this quest line, because it's pretty self-explanatory how to get through it. You just gotta follow the waypoints and whatnot, and interact with different NPCs. Don't want to spoil too much within this. I'm just trying to get the point across of how you can become a ghoul if you want to. So yeah, after you complete the Leap of Faith quest, you will then get another quest called A Fresh Pair of Jeans. This is the quest that allows you to become a ghoul. It's right after the Leap of Faith quest. It'll be located up here at the Hillside Cavern. It'll be coming up here at the end of the Leap of Faith quest. It's right next to the compass, way up here in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, I'll go ahead and show you all how this works. You just go ahead and speak to Parthenia here, and then you'll have the options to either choose to become a ghoul, or you can choose to stay human. So for the sake of this tip on how to become a ghoul, I'm going to go with the option, I'm ready, turn me into a ghoul. Once you choose that, I'm not going to spoil too much after this, but let's just say some things happen. And then eventually you're going to wake up as a ghoul. And you can modify your ghoul character when you do first wake up here. And also something will pop up that will explain to you the benefits of becoming a ghoul, as well as the restrictions you now have
also when you become a ghoul. The major restriction that you have to worry about is now when you go to do quest lines, you're going to have to be in a disguise, and you can get the disguise inside this facility where you woke up at after becoming a ghoul called Radiant Hills. You get it from J. Vo in here. It's important to know though that you can only remove this disguise by interacting with J. Vo again and having her remove it from you. You can't just simply take it off you and yeah, you're out of the disguise. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. That is one of the downfalls of becoming a ghoul. Some of the benefits real quick are, you got special perk cards that you can only use as a ghoul to make you stronger. You also have a glow meter that will benefit you. The more rads you have, rads now heal you, basically. They don't hurt you. The glow acts as a shield. It's like a second health bar. And also you'll have a feral meter, which you get the feral meter up more by taking chems. Keep in mind though, you can still get the negative side effects by becoming addicted to chems, so watch taking the same one over and over and over again at the same time. And to sum up what the feral meter does, if you have it full, you'll become more accurate with shooting with your guns. That's including with VATS too, not just hip fire. Also, it increases your strength, endurance, and HP. But if you have your feral meter low, there's going to be some massive penalties such as negative 99 charisma. You have a huge loss with accuracy with your weapons, including with VATS. It literally gives a whopping negative 300% gun accuracy reduction, and it reduces your hit points and action points, but you gain a massive plus 150% extra melee damage boost. So if you're wanting to go the melee route, having your feral meter low would be the best bet. You basically become a literal feral ghoul if you have it low. But it's important to keep your feral meter high though if you are using guns. So yeah, the ghoul basically lives off chems and radiation. It's totally different than a human. And yeah, that's how you get a lot of the ghoul perk cards to proc, by having your feral meter high or low and having the glow meter, but you get the glow meter by radiation. Okay, so this next tip will be over how to get started with fishing. So straight out of Vault 76 here, all you got to do to get started with fishing, you just head down these stairs, and right over here you'll find a note called Anglers Needed. Go ahead and read that, and this will send you in the direction where you need to go to get started with the fishing quest to unlock the fishing rod. So yeah, as you can see, discovered Fisherman's Rest. New quest available, Casting Off. It's a side quest, and you'll need to go and investigate the Fisherman's Rest. Fisherman's Rest is located right over here. So yeah, go ahead and head on over there. It's in the mire. And over here is where you will be able to unlock the fishing rod. And the fishing rod is used to catch many different fish. Also, it's used to complete challenges. And also, it's used for some other beneficial things as well. Definitely suggest going here and getting the fishing rod. So boom. Now, you can go and fish after you talk to them. All you gotta do now is just approach a body of water and you'll now have the option to fish, as you can see. And fishing will take some practice to get used to. Basically, when you go and cast your bait out, you're going to have to start reeling as soon as your bobber goes under. So just pay attention to your bobber. And when it goes under, start reeling. And now you're going to have to try to get that red at the fish in the radar. And that's how you reel in the fish to catch it. Of course, there's going to be harder fish to catch, and the better bait you start using instead of using the common bait, the more you're going to attract more difficult and rare fish. So keep that in mind. Also, like I mentioned before, fishing will help you out with challenges that you can complete, and doing these challenges will help you unlock better fishing reels so you can catch fish easier, and also you'll get some other goodies too. So if you go to challenges and go down to fishing, this will be unlocked, and as you can see, you can unlock new reels which will help your fishing. The first reel you start off with isn't all that great. The better reels you get, obviously, the easier it will be to catch rare fish. Also, you can unlock other things like titles, a fish display plaque, unique camp items. So yeah, definitely something pretty rewarding you may want to look into. Oh yeah, and something else good to know over at Fisherman's Rest, if you ever do run out of bait for fishing, you can just trade with this guy here, Captain Raymond Clark, and he has bait that you can buy from him. So keep that in mind. It's just common bait though. And another way you can get them is from seasons. As you can see here, you can get superb baits or improved baits sometimes from seasons. Or you can get them from the atomic shop, sometimes even for free from there. Also, you can get them from challenges, as you can see here. Catch any fish in Burning Springs for 10 common. Catch any fish in a sandstorm for 3 improved bait. I mean, you get it. That's another way where you can get bait. And the fastest way to get the good bait quickly is by doing specific public events, like specifically bounties, because you can pop bounties over and over to do them, really quickly. As you can see, you'll get rewarded good bait after completing a bounty.
Alright, so this last one I'll be covering, and I feel like it's important to do, is the quest that will get you started with being able to nuke in the game. In case you don't know, nuking is part of the in-game content. It's literally how you spawn some boss fights in the game, by nuking specific locations, such as nuking the Fisher Site Prime to spawn the Scorchbeast Queen. And yeah, the quest to get you started with this quest line to be able to nuke, I will say there's going to be multiple quests you got to take on within this quest line. It's not just one quest you got to do, keep that in mind. But the quest that will get you started with the quest line will be located over here, to the abandoned waste dump, which is located way over here in the mire on the far edge of the map. Once over here at the waste dump, you can enter it by going through this destroyed fence right here and then going inside the cavern that's on the other side of the fence. There's multiple ways to get over to this cavern, but that is one way that you can get over here without having to use the marsupial mutation or a jetpack. Once inside, beware there will be a few death claws, but it is possible to just sneak around them, so if you are a really low level, you could still do this without having to fight them. A sneaky route that we can take to avoid the death claws will be on our left here, inside this place, and then we're just going to want to go up this hillside, and this will actually lead to a sneaky route to Agent Gray, which is who we're going to have to find in order to begin the Enclave questline. But yeah, we can literally just walk right up these boards here, like they're a staircase, and this path will lead right over to Agent Gray's body. The agent's body will be located right down here in this crevice. We're just going to have to take Operation Summary Blackwell off of him to get to know a little bit more over what took place down here and what happened to Agent Gray. Taking this will also trigger a quest called Bunker Buster, which is the first quest we're going to have to take on to be able to nuke. Okay, so once we picked up the Operation Summary Blackwell, we're now going to have to locate a bypass holotape in one of the Deathclaw nests inside of this place. It will randomly spawn in one of the Deathclaw nests. Just because you see it spawn in a certain Deathclaw nest in my footage doesn't mean it's going to be in that specific one when you go looking for this. Just keep that in mind. But yeah, you can find one right here next to Agent Gray, and if we backtrack through that shortcut, we could find one right here before going up the boards. Now I found the bypass holotape in this one, but that doesn't mean it's going to be there for you once again. There is another one that's located on the opposite end, which we are able to dodge the Deathclaws and sneak over to this one as well, if that's what you're trying to do. But I will say, hopefully the bypass holotape spawns in the first two that I just showed you and not way over here, just because, well, we're going to have more of a chance of getting caught from Deathclaws. But it is possible to sneak over to this one. As you can see, the other Deathclaw nest will be located right down here to the right of the elevator that we have to use the bypass holotape on. Which, speaking of that, once we do pick up this bypass holotape, we'll then have to take it to the elevator, which you can sneak your way over to the elevator as well. You're just going to have to be cautious of the Deathclaws that roam around. It's possible to sneak over to this one. As you can see, the other Deathclaw nest will be located right down here to the right of the elevator that we have to use the bypass holotape on. Which, speaking of that, once we do pick up this bypass holotape, we'll then have to take it to the elevator, which you can sneak your way over to the elevator as well. You're just going to have to be cautious of the Deathclaws that roam around. But yeah, once we get over here inside the elevator, we then want to use the bypass holotape, which is located in the holotape category within our Pip-Boy. Once we use this, we'll then be able to use this elevator.
User access updated. Welcome.
So yeah, let's go ahead and take this elevator down now by using the secure access panel. But yeah, this is the quest line that you're going to need to take on. I'm not going to be showing y'all how to do each part of this quest line. If you need help though, I'll have a link down below in the description of a complete guide over this whole Enclave quest line to be able to nuke. Check that out. It is very informative over each part. And it'll also introduce you how to properly be able to nuke once you reach that stage too. Once again, a link to it will be down below in the description. But yeah, I guess that's wrapping up this video. Hopefully this was informative and this gets you kick-started over some important quests that I suggest to eventually get around doing if you want. I'm out of here though. As always, most importantly, appreciate y'all taking the time, watching and listening. Until next time, guys,